Greetings everyone, it is Shakina and I'm back again with another episode on Politics and Prophecy with Shakina. Today I feel very compelled to talk about my experiences with sexual violence, trauma, and abuse when I was running my nonprofit organization, FemCare Community Health Initiative. The reason why I feel so compelled to talk about my experiences is because a lot of the violence and hostility that I was subjected to was actually by members on the political left, right? So members from, several tiers of the NDP party here in Canada, members of the feminist groups, Muslims in particular, have been very violent towards me. And the reason why I find this issue particularly frustrating is because these are the people who are out there persecuting others. They are attacking others for being violent. They're attacking others for being discriminatory. They're attacking others for being unjust and for not promoting, universal principles of equity and justice and equality and all these other, concepts that they like to parade around. And it's really bothersome for me because I haven't received any justice for any of what I've gone through, and I'm not expecting the secular system to give me justice, which is why I haven't even bothered going to court. I'm waiting for God to give me justice. I'm waiting for Jesus Christ to return to lock these people up who hurt me, and he will lock you up. You have to understand, I'm a God-fearing woman. I believe that Jesus will return, and he's going to return soon. For those who don't believe in him, his hand is already on the knob and the door is already open. His foot might not be in yet because he can't coexist with sin. So as soon as his foot steps in the door, you're all screwed. But he's here and he's coming back. He's right out the door, and he will return. And when he does return, those who harmed me will have hell to pay. Now, Ilhan Omar, this message is for you specifically today. I am sick and tired of watching how you have unjustly persecuted leaders in the Republican Party, especially, Donald Trump, the president of the United States of America, how you have persecuted these people, how you have unjustly accused them, how you've attacked my people in Israel as well, right? How you have attacked Jewish people in Israel. So I've seen you doing this throughout your term since you got into office back in 2019. But I think it's important for the public to know how hypocritical you are and the fact that you walk around with two faces. Because while you're in Congress right now accusing people and persecuting people, you actually had Muslim rapists and sexual predators help you get into office as the first hijabi Muslim Somali woman to make it to Congress in the United States of America. Your volunteer, Jamal Ahmed Adam, Dr. Jamal Ahmed Adam. He was working as a counseling psychologist at the University of Minnesota, and he was also working as a dean in a community college in Duluth, Minnesota. He helped you get into office. Well, I need to tell you something about Dr. Jamal Ahmed Adam, who is a Muslim Somali man in the United States of America right now, okay? He raped me, okay? This is a volunteer that helped Congresswoman Ilhan Omar get into office. Okay, now this is not an easy story for me to tell, but I'm going to tell it because it's important for the West to know that we are currently under an Islamic terrorist attack, that Muslim Somalis are a risk to Western civility and democracy, and that Ilhan Omar is leading the charge, and why she is the perfect example why allowing Muslims to run for office in any Western government is actually a form of legislated terrorism and is a major threat to Western civility and democracy. Jamal Ahmed Adam and I were seeing each other for approximately about 6 months Towards the end of that 6 months, I made the decision that I didn't want to be with him anymore. I was already seeing issues with him. He was displaying narcissistic tendencies. He insisted on getting married within less than 6 months of knowing me, and I didn't want to get married at the time. I wasn't ready to get married, and he certainly wasn't somebody that I was interested in marrying. And mainly because he was rushing it. I had no idea why he was in such a rush to marry me, okay? But he was rushing it, and I didn't want it. So one day we were having sex, and one of the issues that he was having was erectile dysfunction. Okay, this was happening constantly. We'd have sex and his penis would drop. Well, to me, my health is my number one priority, and health is very important to me. Sexual health happens to be a part of human health. Okay, our sex and our sexuality. And so if a man is not pleasing me sexually, I can't stay with him, because that's going to compromise my health in the long term. So we were having sex, and in the middle of having sex, his penis dropped again. So I got frustrated. I said, this keeps happening. You said you were going to go to the doctor to find out what's going on with you. Why haven't you done anything about your health? I'm like, you're too young to be dealing with this issue. And I said to him, quite frankly, I don't think I can be with you anymore, because if you're not going to satisfy me sexually, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. So I asked him to get off of me. Instead of getting off of me, this man got so angry that he ejaculated in me. So he raped me. I didn't give him consent. I asked him to get off. And after I asked him to get off, he continued to thrust inside of me, and then he ejaculated in me. I couldn't stop him because the whole thing lasted about 30 seconds. Before I realized what happened, he had already ejaculated in me. When I asked him why the fuck he did that, he said that because if I got you pregnant, you would finally think of somebody other than yourself, because you're such a selfish bitch. Okay? So this man raped me because he wanted to hold me back. He was jealous of the success that I reached in politics and in business and in academia. He was extremely envious, and he was extremely jealous of my boldness and my courageousness and my fearlessness, because you need these qualities to make it and maintain a political platform and to make it in politics. And he didn't have that, and I did, and he was very envious because he's a beta male. Okay, he's a beta male. So he raped me so that he could stop me from achieving the heights of success that he saw I was about to achieve. Okay, so this is a volunteer. He has a PhD in higher education. He has a master's in counseling psychologist. This is a well-educated, well-respected professional in Minnesota right now who helped Congresswoman Ilhan Omar get into office. There's actually a picture of them together during her political campaign. And this man raped me. Okay, and he took advantage of the fact that I was being traumatized by people here in the left in Canada, in Hamilton, Ontario, and in my university. I shared with him all the things that I was being put through because of my political work, all the unjust persecution I was dealing with, and how severely traumatized I was, and how I had to see therapy for it. And he took advantage of that and raped me. This is a Somali Muslim man who helped the first Muslim Somali Congresswoman Ilhan Omar get into office, only so that she could come in and terrorize us with her political Islamism, trying to change the Constitution of the United States of America, trying to challenge the fundamental values and principles that make that nation great, that make that nation the greatest on earth right now. She came in challenging the Constitution, challenging government, doing it unjustly. Meanwhile, she had rapists, Muslim rapists, sexual predators helping her get into office. And she has the audacity to come in and act like she's gonna come and lay the law and purify the American government and show everybody how ethics and righteousness actually looks in action, acting like she's the paragon of morality and virtue, when she had Muslim rapists and sexual predators helping her get into office. So my message for you today, Ilhan Omar, is before you cry about Islamophobia, before you attack white people in the West, okay, claiming that they are discriminatory, claiming that they promote values of injustice and inequality and inequity, before you attack Jews in Israel for what they're doing to Palestinian Muslim terrorists and colonizers, which is nothing more than self-defense. They have a right to defend their country and they have a right to be there, and you're attacking them. Before you do all that, it's best that you look at yourself and your situation and you check that you don't have Muslim rapists and sexual predators helping you get into office. That's it for today, and until next time, stay awake and aware.